Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, basically, just gonna go into a couple articles. When I was at work, I did a live stream on Trump, shooting the missiles into Syria. All right, which, hey man, through the spirit, that was very big, exciting news. But just gonna go into a couple videos here because you have Russia, all right, saying that that's not gonna go unpunished right here, and you have Iran also speaking on that. So I'm just gonna read part of these articles, and Lord willing to be edifying, all right, and informative. So it says strike on Syria won't remain without consequences. Russian ambassador to U.S. The Russian ambassador to the U.S. has warned of consequences after the U.S. and its allies launched a coordinated military action against Syria. Okay, and before this attack was launched, Russia did say that if U.S. were to respond with a military force, all right, that basically that wouldn't go on unpunished, all right, and that they would also respond with military force. So with this being done, all we can do is wait and see, okay, what's gonna happen next, okay, because you best believe they're gonna do something in retaliation. It says Russia feels threatened by the U.S. decision to strike Syrian targets in retaliation for the alleged chemical attack in Douma on April 7th, which Moscow believes was staged. A pre-designed scenario is being implemented. Again, we are being threatened. We warn that such actions will not be left without consequences. Natalie Antonov said in a statement on Friday night, which is tonight or last night, all responsibility for them rests with Washington, London, and Paris. Despite repeated warnings from Russia, U.S. President Donald Trump has ordered American forces, along with their British and French allies, to strike military targets in Syria on Friday night. The Russian military operating in Syria was not notified about the American targets in advance. General Joseph Dunford, chairman of the Joint Chiefs to Staff, told reporters following the attacks. The U.S. specifically identified targets to mitigate the risk of Russian forces being involved, Dunford said. We used the normal deconfliction channel to deconflict airspace. We did not coordinate targets. While Trump said that the purpose of the U.S. action is to establish a strong deterrent against the production, spread, and use of chemical weapons, Antonov reminded the U.S. the processor of the biggest arsenal of chemical weapons has no moral right to blame other countries. Yeah. All right. It says the combined decision by the U.S. and its allies to strike Syria comes after Russian Defense Ministry spokesperson Major General Igor, I'm not going to try to pronounce that last part, presented evidence claiming that last Saturday's alleged chemical attack in Douma was orchestrated. It says the attack also comes just hours before experts from the UN Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons were scheduled to visit Douma on Saturday to determine whether chemical weapons had indeed been used there. Okay, and through the spirit, yesterday was so-called Friday the 13th, which is not a coincidence that these devils had this attack happen on that day. Okay, on top of that, you have Russia saying that the OPCW were basically gonna come and basically examine the place and determine whether the chemical weapons were used or not. And it's funny how right before that happens, which was supposed to be today, Saturday, you got the U.S. launching the missiles. Okay, it says amid escalating tensions in the region, Russia has repeatedly warned the U.S. and its allies against taking any military action in Syria, as it might lead to grave consequences for the whole world. What is that? A world war? Okay, especially given the fact that Russian troops are deployed in the country. Moscow also suggested that it will shoot down any projectiles that threaten Russian personnel fighting jihadists in Syria. All right. Do you know what? Get this precept. Yeah, man. This is definitely the year of prophecy. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. Okay, it says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, and that's what we're seeing, man. We're seeing the stages, okay, of World War III coming together, man. And through the spirit, man, it's looking like these prophecies are gonna be stacked. It's looking like the chip, the martial law, all this is gonna be something that's stacked. Okay, that's what it's looking like, man. And through the spirit, man, because with all this tension that's building up, man, we don't know what's gonna happen, man. But with these strikes going back, with Russia saying that they're gonna retaliate and so on, okay, this might be the very beginning, okay. But if all this is happening, that means that all these other prophecies have to come to pass, and it with an even shorter amount, all right, within an even shorter time. Okay, but hey, ultimately this is the Most High's will. We don't know what He has in store, okay, but we know that, man, this is prophecy and this will come to pass. Okay, I believe there's an article too on how people are saying that Trump went against basically the right here. Trump denied the American people oversight in endless war. Lawmakers react to Syria strikes. Yeah, basically they're saying that what Trump did, he didn't seek permission from Congress. It was quote unquote illegal. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit of it. It says, not all U.S. lawmakers have welcomed the illegal strike on Syria ordered by President Donald Trump that was allegedly in retaliation for a staged chemical attack in the suburb of Damascus last week. It says, without having the mandate from the United Nations, Washington and two of its European allies have launched strikes against Syrian targets, seeking to retaliate against President Bashar Assad for a suspected chemical attack near Damascus on April 7th, which, according to unconfirmed reports, killed dozens of people. We are prepared to sustain this response until the Syrian regime stops its use of prohibited chemical agents, Trump said in a televised speech on Friday evening, accusing Assad of carrying out crimes of a monster. All right. It says here the U.S. actions on foreign soil were taken by the president without direct approval of lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Following Trump's announcement, a number of them have condemned the move. Yeah, because what? Trump is that guy, and he doesn't, man. When he doesn't care about all these quote unquote protocols, man. He's going off of his heart. Okay, and the Lord has hardened his heart to speed up these prophecies, man. Okay, but here I'm gonna read this last article. Okay, it says Tehran denounces the U.S.-led attack on Syria, warns of regional repercussions. Iran's foreign minister has strongly condemned the tripartite attack against Syria, saying that strikes carried out by the U.S., France, and Britain will have regional consequences. All right. It says the U.S.-led attack is a flagrant violation of international law, which ignores the sovereignty of Syria. The statement released by the ministry said the United States and its allies have no proof that Syria is responsible for the Douma chemical attack, and without even waiting for the organization of the prohibition of chemical weapons to take a position, have carried out this military attack. The U.S. and its allies are responsible for the regional consequences of this adventurous action, the statement added. The statement mirrors similar comments by Moscow shortly after President Donald Trump announced the attack on Friday evening. Washington claims that around 100 Tomahawk missiles were launched at targets inside Syria. The Russian Ministry of Defense said that many of the missiles which were launched at civilian and military objects were intercepted by Syrian air defense forces. All right, and so hey, through the spirit, this is what's in the air, man. Okay, this is what's in the air, and people in the world don't even know this, man. People do not have a clue that this is going on. Okay, and you know when they're gonna have a clue? When their city gets blown up. Okay, when they feel a big shaking in the earth and they're like, yo, what's going on? And then CNN finally tells them, hey, yeah, we're at war with Russia and they're going to basically blow us to smithereens. That's when they're going to be, oh, shoot, what do we do? Yo. Nah. Yeah, it's over. Okay? It's over, man. That's the times we living in. All right? Call hello, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Hey, keep on watching for these prophecies, man, because they are coming to pass. Okay? That is a big fact. They're coming to pass, and hey, this is beautiful. All right, our salvation is near, man. The kingdom of heaven is coming real soon. It's right at the door. Yahushua is coming back, man. All right, he's coming to deliver us out of this hellhole, this captivity. Okay, so just keep on fighting and enduring, man. We almost out of here. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this video is edifying and informative to the elect. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.